Hey guys and girls, my name's Alan and welcome to this gameplay commentary. As you can see, today is Uncharted 4 Co-op as promised, and basically I'm just going to continue of what I started in the previous video. So I sort of called that one the first impressions video, but it wasn't very first impression-y. I didn't talk about the game that much, if any at all, to be honest. Mostly my schedule of how busy I was going to be over Christmas. So today I'm going to properly talk about my first impressions of Co-op Survival. So the match we're about to watch is on the new map Prison. The reason why I chose it is because obviously it's one of the new DLC maps, so you get a look at Trainwreck in the first one and now Prison in this one. I still haven't had a chance to jump into multiplayer yet, so I can't tell you how the weapons fare and how the maps flow or how the new game mode King the Hill plays. So maybe hopefully I'll do that eventually, but I'm not too sure as when I'm going to get around to doing it. So yeah, first off, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Christmas. I'll be posting this video on Christmas Day, even though I'm recording this on Christmas Eve, but it's quite late now, so obviously I won't post it tonight. Also, I've got one or two things I need to do, such as wrapping my presents. I know, I'm terrible. But as I said, I'll probably post this tomorrow. So I'm not too sure what time it's going to go up, possibly lunchtime, maybe in the afternoon or something. So I don't know. Hope you guys had a good lunch. Do you get anything good for Christmas? I don't know if you guys open your presents in the morning or in the evening or what have you. I know, well, as a kid it would always be first thing in the morning, but these days it's normally after lunch or in the afternoon. There's no rush, at least not for me anyway, because I don't really get much. But, you know, whatever. So yeah, hope you have a good Christmas. Hope you had a good lunch or dinner, or hope it will be good. I don't know if you've had it yet. And let me know in the comment section if you got anything decent for Christmas, and if you had anything particularly tasty for lunch or dinner. Alright, so that's all the pleasantries out the way. We can move on the rest of the video. There's just one thing I want to mention before we continue, and that's to do with the playthrough that I will be uploading to my Plays channel at some point. Basically, in the previous video I did say that I recorded my entire first time playing all the stages 1 through 10. I did it in a single sitting and I recorded it continuously, and I've done that with live commentary. So I didn't mention that in the previous video. It is got live commentary, so you can head over to the channel, and it's just like any other gameplay that walkthrough that I've done. So I've recorded all the footage and obviously just spoke during the playthrough itself. So that will be posted at some point. I don't know when exactly, but it will be going up on my Players channel. The link to that channel is in the description. I mean, there's a couple of walkthroughs on there at the moment, so if you want to check them out, then by all means. But the actual co-op walkthrough has not yet gone up. Okay, so first impressions, early first impressions, as I said in my previous video, is that I'm enjoying the mode. I mean, it's nice to be back into a co-op game mode. I certainly missed it. I am still missing my friend, unfortunately, who has not yet jumped back online for reasons unknown, but I'm hoping they will join me at some point. But yeah, it's fun. I do like it. It is a challenge. It's not, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. Right? There's a lot I want to talk about. I'm not going to cover it all in this game because there's a few topics I want to delve into deeper at a later stage. But for the time being, I am enjoying it. That's the thing that I guess I want to mention. But it is different to the previous two games. So Uncharted 2 was obviously a lot simpler than Uncharted 3. Uncharted 3 was a bit crazy, but I guess that was kind of fun in its own right because of the craziness. And with 4 they sort of made a balance, I think, between the two. They tried to keep the normality of Uncharted 2, but obviously add in factors like bosses and stuff like that, which they sort of I guess carried on from number 3. And so it feels different in its own right, and it does. It's not like 2 or 3. It's definitely its own mode. But I don't know. There's just something missing about it. I'm not too sure. And I've been playing quite a lot over the last couple of days, and I've been thinking about it a lot more. And there's just bits and bobs that are now sticking out as I play more. One of the things is it seems a bit easy. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, don't get me wrong, I haven't tried it on Christian yet. I've only played it on hard and moderate, but so far it seems a lot easier. Hard on this seems a lot easier than it does on Uncharted 3, that's for sure. And I guess that's to do with you do get player buffs. Everyone gets player buffs as they rank up, so that's another reason why you should try and rank up quickly, which makes it a lot easier to take on these higher difficulties. Now, funnily enough, when you play obviously when you play hard, your buffs get capped at level 40, so you get quite a generous amount of buffs. When you play moderate, your buffs only go up to level 20. So in some respects, when I play moderate, it's actually easier for me to go down than it is when I'm playing hard, and I get caught up by that quite a lot because I generally jump into an easy difficulty, get a warm-up session under my belt, and then move on to obviously hard where I play a bit more seriously. At least that's what I did in Uncharted 2 sometimes. Uncharted 3, sorry. But in this game, I jump straight into hard, and it's easier for me to just start playing that than it is to play moderate because of the health differences and obviously the balance differences with enemies as well. And I assume they get balance differences for different difficulties. It just feels that sometimes playing moderate is is actually a bit harder than it is to play hard, which is a bit weird, I know. But I don't know if you sort of get what I'm saying about the whole changes in health and damage output and all this stuff. So yeah, that's one of the things I noticed. And also, ranking up is so much easier when they give you XP for stars. Like, seriously, I've already hit level 50, and that's the cap. I didn't realise that was the cap, but that is the cap. And so in the previous video I was like level 40 something, but now I've already hit level 50, and that's mostly from completing stars. As I said in the other video, if you complete stars for the first time on the higher difficulties, you get a crap ton of XP, and I mean a lot of XP. I was jumping levels after levels, that's just between stages, and then obviously in the last couple of days I've hit 50, and it's crazy how I've already hit max level, and I've been playing for like a week, if that. I didn't play too much last week, but this week I've been putting in some hours, more hours, and I've already hit level 50, so I've got nothing else to work towards. I guess, I mean, I didn't really rank up too much with Uncharted 3 either. I didn't prestige, because, again, there was no reason to apart from a different emblem, which I don't really care for. You know me and vanity items, right? So, but it took me a lot longer to hit 75 in Uncharted 3 because of the fact there was no bonus XP for completing, like, you know, stages or whatever. But in this game there are. So I guess it's not too much of a bad thing. I mean, it doesn't bother me that I've hit max level. That's what I want. That's what I prefer to do. I'm just surprised at how easy it was for me to do it. That's the point I want to mention. But I guess maybe that's their plan, for everyone to hit level 50, so it's an even playing field for everyone. Possibly. I'm not too sure. Another big change is the life system. Now, I think this is one of the factors which sort of makes it a bit... I wouldn't say it's the reason why I'm not enjoying it, but it's definitely one of the things that I feel takes away from the experience a little bit. Let me explain, right? So in Uncharted 2, everyone had a single life. If you died, then that was it. You were out for the round. And then it was just two players having to take on all these enemies by themselves. And then if another person died, it would just be one person, and that used to be me still standing on my own. And as that final player, you had so much pressure to complete the wave on your own, especially if it was a late stage wave, right? I mean, could you imagine like at wave 10, sorry, and you're the last man standing, and you've got to take on all these brutes and armored guys and chokers and all the rest of it by yourselves. And we'll talk more about chokers in a minute, actually. Obviously, people didn't like waiting. I mean, you know, if you go down and it wasn't your fault, then, you know, it sucks having to wait for the entire round, especially if you die early from a silly mistake or whatever. And I think they sort of rectified that in Uncharted 3. They tried to put in the life system. Now, the life system was good in theory, but flawed in practice because of the fact that one person could effectively soak up all the lives, and then when who've never gone down once until the final wave, you can't revive anymore, you can't respawn anymore because there's no more lives. It's not really fair on you. So that was one of the big annoyances of Uncharted 3. But again, in Uncharted 3, if eventually there were no lives and you were the last man standing, and again you were the only person that was alive and able to complete the waves, there was that pressure on you to perform well and to get it done. I mean, yeah, the pressure is never a good thing, but like, not in a bad way, I didn't think. I mean, if you're in a good lobby, let's say, and the other two players died and there was nothing you could do about it, you know, it was so satisfying completing the match on your own, you know, carrying the team through for the win. And you just don't get that sense anymore in Uncharted 4, because I don't know what the hell I'm doing here with the rope swings, by the way. Even if they die, you can so easily just hit a box and then respawn them, and it's just like, you don't even have to go to revive them. You can just hit the box straight away if you wanted to. And again, that takes away some of the sense of like some of the clutch rescues that I did, you know, saving people from chokers or going in for a last second revive when there's a bunch of enemies shooting at me. You don't have to worry about any of that. I mean, obviously there are still situations where I can do that, but it's just not the same. And the same with Uncharted 3 as well. But even then, after you had no more lives left, you still had that pressure on to complete the wave on your own, even though you were annoyed because the person had used up all the lives unnecessarily and you had to do it on your own, and it just drew out the match. But that's a whole other topic. But you just don't get that with Uncharted 4 anymore. It's just, they've sort of, I wouldn't say simplified it, but they've tried to strike like a balance between making so that you can bring players back to life, but then that just makes the whole game just easy, and it takes away all, like, I mean, it can still happen, right? In Uncharted 4, if all the players go down, it's up to you whether you want to revive them. For me, it's always a matter of whether or not I want to do it, because I always have money in the bank. I can imagine at some point there might be a situation where I won't be able to afford to do it. Haven't yet come across that situation, but in that case, I would have to clutch out the wave, probably. But again, if I earn enough money, I can just bring them back to life again. So again, I'm only under pressure for a tiny amount of time, and I don't know, I just... As selfish as it sounds, sometimes I want to be that hero. Sometimes I want to be that person who clutches the wave, you know, and gets the team through. And I think with Uncharted 4, it's rare that you're going to get those situations because it's so easy to bring players back to life, and because it's so easy to revive them. Not to mention there's things like the Chintamani Stone and all the other perks that help you revive quicker, and you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I hate saying it, but I just feel like it just feels different now when it's so easy for you to complete a match with other players alive, and there's no opportunity for you to show off. Again, show off is probably a bad word, but like when you had other players watching you, I felt that I performed my best basically, and to carry a team through during a clutch wave or whatever, you know, some of my best performances were probably done during that. And you know, I still remember your heart beating fast, the adrenaline's pumping, and I know it's just a game and everything, and if you die it's not the end of the world, but you know, you're expected to obviously complete the wave and carry the team through to the next round, and that's a lot of pressure. But at the same time, it was so satisfying, so rewarding when you actually did it. And you know, if they jumped on the mic and they said well done, or sent you a little message after saying something really nice, then that was great. You know, that's what co-op's all about, right? I mean, obviously sometimes you get players who always die, and that's obviously that's not a good experience. But when you're playing with a good team and they accidentally go down or whatever and they can't get revived, sometimes, you know, it's just nice to have a reason to clutch a wave, you know. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on the situation. I know it's a little bit different to the previous two games, so I thought I'd bring it up now. But plenty more footage to come in the future, and I will be talking about plenty more topics as well. I've got a list of things I want to talk about, and I've actually managed to cover 2 of the things on that list. So plenty more things to talk about in the future videos. I'll probably call this First Impressions Part 1 or something. Anyway, hope you have a good Christmas. Hope you got what you wanted from Santa. Hope you had some good food to eat as well. Go and enjoy yourself. Play some games. Spend some quality time with the family or something. You know, Christmas comes around once a year. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, consider tapping that like button. I really do appreciate it. As I said, more content to come in the future. So if you fancy watching those videos, then you can either check back or subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Take care, and I will see you later. Happy Christmas.